Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Cherry Minas from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Leapformation. This coaching for conversation is for individuals who are looking for the purpose of their lives because they do not like where they are now, and they are attending a lot of seminars and learning events because they want to know what they are looking for. However, they would not implement, and even if they would start, they would always self sabotage and self destruct along the way to their own success. And my mission is to help these individuals find the meaning of their lives, find who they are, and give them the community, the ecology where they can unleash their own superpower. So, thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. Put it in there in the chat box. Please do tag a friend. Circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this session. You may also give some shout outs to people you might want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message, especially now that we're how many months already? 15 months from last year's lockdown, and big change because of this pandemic or this COVID 19. If you are watching this on a replay, please do comment #replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. If you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So, hello everyone to all those who were with me last week. We talked about habits. So thank you for joining me last week. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you have applied maybe one, two, or three tips of what you've learned last week. Because, yes, I would like you to be intentional in learning. I'd like you to spend your time wisely. So, welcome to this talk entitled Pressure Perspective. And as you all know, I always get these ideas from science, from the subject science, and relate it to life coaching. So, yes, before we continue with our topic today, let me introduce a little bit about myself. I am Coach Cherry Minas. I'm a certified life coach with Life Coach Philippines, and I am a licensed chemical engineer. Yes, I work as a technical engineer during my first year of working, and then I shifted into sales. So I'm working as a technical sales representative for almost 8 years now, and I cater to laboratory QC R&D laboratory for their laboratory equipment and supplies needs. I am also a travel bug. Yes, I love to travel. It inspires me because I see a different perspective and different people and different experiences. And you know what I found out, even if uh, or through the 10 countries that I've been, and through the 68 provinces that I went to in the Philippines, we all want to be happy, and we all want to, you know, to fulfill our mission, our vision. It's just that we have our own limiting beliefs that is not allowing us to actually move forward and to actually fly and to actually unleash the superpowers that we have. So I am a Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A's MBA program, and we are now on our month one of our OJT. So to all the MBAs there, hello. Please please say hi in the chat box below so that they can recognize you. And yeah, you can see them in my timeline as well, and you can see their #Master Builder Apprentice. So as a Master Builder Apprentice, we build tribes, and so that we can help you magnify your mission, so that we can help you reach your unstoppable dream. Because yes, your dream can become a reality. So here is the tribe that I am building. Here is I am the founder and the creator of the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. So let's break it down. So what is Delta? Delta is symbolized by triangle, and it's used as a symbol in reaction in chemistry. That means heat is applied in the equation, and also it's also used in physics, and uh, it in this symbol means change or transformation. So you can also see delta, that means 3 points being together, and it will always mean that it has strength. So if you have delta, then you have strength. So there. And if you are one person who have been looking for that space where you are celebrated and not just accepted, where you are being considered as a human being, then join me inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. And if you're one person who is looking for your purpose in life, for the meaning of life, because you do not like where you are now, join me inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. If you're one person who is looking for that missing piece in your life, and you're attending all the seminars and learning events in the world, paid or unpaid, joy, and you still are not implementing, and you are self-sabotaging along the way to your own success, join me inside the tribe. Because inside the tribe, I will be providing you with the environment where you can thrive, where you can unleash your superpower, and where you can actually face and find those limiting beliefs. Um, that is the reason, that is the chain why you cannot actually fly high, why you cannot unleash that superpower of yours. Because you know what, my idea, if you have seen the series X-Men, of course we know the creator Stanley. You all know that there is this school which is called Xavier School, or X School, where these guys and girls are being brought to. They have their superpowers, but they do not know what to do with it, how to actually maximize it, and how to actually use it. So these guys and girls are called weird in their community. They are called mutant. But in the school, you all know that they have been trained, they have conquered themselves, and then because of that, uh, they humble them. If you humbled yourself, if one humbled themselves, they can actually fly high. They can rise up and they can unleash their superpower. So this is my inspiration for creating the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. And I hope if you have this inspiration, and if you want to join in, if you know someone who would like to be inside the community, then tell them not to waste their time and money attending a lot of seminars and learning events, because inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe, they will be able to actually conquer their limiting beliefs that they will implement for once in their life, implement, and using the mental models, using the power of the brain, they will actually go to the finish line this time and not sabotage along the way. So if you're that one person, and if you know a person who is looking for this community, then tell them, join us. We are ready to welcome you inside the tribe. So there is the tribe that I am building. Again, the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. You can always go to your Facebook search bar, type in there the Delta FX Coaching Tribe, answer the question so that I can let you in. So I'm excited to see you all inside. So there. So let's go on and learn. So before, uh, I would always tell you, because I've experienced that, I would always go to a lot of learning events, but I would not retain what I've learned, even if I paid for that. So I would like you to be intentional being here, and I don't want you to waste your time. You know what? time is precious. It's the most precious commodity in the world. So be intentional, come in here and learn. So share what you've learned, your aha moment, and put in there hashtag pack my bag moment, hashtag coaching think talk so that we can easily locate you in this vast digital space. And of course, our tag, my tag for my tribe, the Delta FX, that Delta FX, hashtag the Delta FX. So there, share your learnings in the digital space to to retain what you've learned and also to bless other people. Okay, it's a good way to actually connect with other people. So yeah, let's go on and let's start with pressure. So do you remember learning about pressure? So when you say pressure, what is meant by pressure to you? So if you are dealing with the physical body, you also talk about pressure. So there are pressure points in our body. So if you're dealing with body, then you know that. If you know acupuncture, they use pressure point and a lot of other practices. So if you do massage, I learned massage for like 3 days. So yeah, I know some pressure points. So there is the pressure. So in physics, in science, this is what pressure is. So pressure is symbolized by letter P, and the equation is force over area. So the things involved when you want to solve for pressure, when you want to know the pressure is, you have to know the force applied, and you have to know the area. What's the area where the force is applied? So again, force is inversely proportional to area. So, mas mataas yung force, mas maliit yung area. And area is directly proportional, your area is inversely proportional to your pressure. So, yon. Mali ba yung sinabi ko kanina? So, there, you have to actually look at um, our what do you call this one, our formula, in order for you to know the relationship between force and area. So force, so pressure is actually inversely proportional to area. So mas maliit yung area, pag maliit yung area, mas mataas yung pressure. So yung force natin ay uh, proportional to your area. So, yung force, kapag mataas yung force, mataas din yung area. So, yun. I hope that's clear. So, also in chemical engineering, we also learn about pressure because we learn about fluid. And what are fluid? Ito ay hindi lang siya liquid. It includes gas. Gas is also fluid. And there are other types of fluid. So, here in the example here, if you want to know the pressure doon, so may pressure gauge ka nakikita dyan, yung 65 kilopascal. So, kino-consider mo dyan yung height. So, kasi meron tayong isang formula ng pressure na makikita natin later. So, dito sa picture na to, sinasabi ko lang na ang pressure, it involves, pwede mong isolve yung pressure kung mayroon tayong air, may water, at may ibang type ng fluid like yung oil. So, kung meron kang tangke, meron yung pressure. So, di ba yung tangke, water tank. So, meron yung pressure kasi meron siyang air. Of course, hindi naman super punong-puno yung tangke mo. Meron ding water. So, yun yung i-consider mo para makita mo yung pressure. Para ma-solve mo yung pressure. So, yun. So, what is pressure? Pressure is a push, in simple term, pressure is a push or force against a surface. So, lagi kang merong surface at merong force. So, a force applied into a surface, into an area. So, yan siya. So, the weight of the air in the Earth's atmosphere. So, ang tawag doon ay atmospheric pressure. So, actually now, merong atmospheric pressure. So, if you are near the sea, ang sea level na atmospheric pressure is 1 atmosphere. So, yun. So, naramdam mo ba yung pressure sa sa skin mo. So, yan yung atmospheric pressure. So, sa ako naman, hindi ko naman nararamdaman na may, alam mo yung nagpo-push sa skin ko. So, yun, yan yung pressure ng one atmospheric pressure. So, actually, may konting difference tayo when you're living in Metro Manila, because I'm here in La Trinidad, so medyo magkaiba yung ating pressure. It is affected by altitude or yung height. So, tingnan natin to. So, when you ride the airplane, meron tayong airplane ear na tinatawag, yung magpa-pop yung ear mo. Minsan ang sakit dun eh. Tapos kapag meron ka pang sipon, so alam natin kasi na yung magkakadugsong to yung sa tenga mo, tapos dito sa ilong, tapos dito sa bibig, di ba? So, kapag merong alam natin na sa taas ay pag mas mataas yung altitude, mas maliit yung pressure. So, yung difference ng pressure na yun dito sa tenga natin, yun yung dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng airplane ear na tinatawag. So, yan. At a higher altitude, mas maliit yung pressure at thinner yung air. Kaya 'di ba kapag nandun ka, kaya 'di ba yung loob ng airplane, ano yung controlled? Kasi kapag nasa taas na siya, kulang na yung air, thinner na yung air. So same din kapag umaakyat ka ng bundok, 'di ba? Naging thin yung air. Kaya you're gasping for air. Gumaganon ka kasi pag umakyat ka ng Mount Apo, thinner na yung air doon. So, yun. And the pressure is lesser kapag higher altitude. So, this one is also you can see this. So, kapag bumili ka ng bottled water when you are in Baguio City, at pagdating mo ng La Union, ika-crush, mas mataas yung pressure, kaya ika-crush niya yung, sa labas, kaya ika-crush niya yung bote, yung bottled water. So, you remember that kapag mas mataas yung altitude, so dito sa Baguio City, mas mababa yung dito sa La Trinidad, mas mababa yung aming pressure. Pagdating dyan sa La Union, na sea level na siya, mas mataas yung pressure. Kaya naman, kapag yung water bottle mo ay bawas na yung water, ika-crush niya kasi mas mataas na yung pressure sa outside. So, di ba, ganun yung kanyang application. So, yun yung real life application niya. So, yun. So, if you still have examples there, you can share it in the comments down below. So, yun. Review ko din ito ng ako ay high school. Tsaka, first year college. First year college. So, there is your pressure. So, how about naman yung life pressure? Diba? Have you heard of the word peer pressure? Have you heard of the word nakaka-pressure si boss, nakaka-stress? Alam mo yun, sometimes we say, usually we hear stress, but also sa stress, related din dun yung pressure. Ano yung nakaka-pressure sa'yo? Di ba pag sinabi nating pressure, may force applied. Alam mo yung pag tinulak ka, may pressure yon kasi may force applied. And may area na hinawakan dun sa likod mo. Tinulak ka sa swimming pool. So yun, may pressure dun kasi may force over area. So may certain force applied to you in may area na hinawakan sa'yo kung saan in-apply yung force at tinulak ka. So yun, pressure yun. Pressure ka na tumalon sa swimming pool. So in your life today, what are the pressure in your life? Ano yung nakaka-pressure sa'yo? Ano yung, alam mo yun, yung force na, alam mo yung dumadagan sa'yo, na tumutulak sa'yo? Alam mo yun, yung nawawala ka na sa balance in your life. So sometimes even in chemistry, di ba, if you remember chemistry, we have to maintain equilibrium dun sa ating equation. So we always balance the equation para siya ay in equilibrium, let's say in homeostasis. So pwede mo din sabihin ganun. So kapag nagkaroon ng imbalance, nagkakaroon ng pressure sa ibang part. So yun. So, where is the pressure now in your life? So, ganun din siya sa buhay natin. Di ba? When you go for a massage, ano yung gusto mong pressure? Is it soft, medium, or hard? So, ako, when I was in Mindanao before, lagi ako nagta-travel and my bags are heavy. I would always ride the buses. So, I would always have muscle pains, and I would always go for the heart if I go to for a massage. So yun. Um, with that, you know what pressure is. So in your life, what are the pressures in your life now? Do you still have peer pressure? So when I was younger, I would always hear peer pressure. And I believe even in when you're older, when you're an adult, when you are with your peers, you have that peer pressure. And do you still have that peer pressure at work, in your community, in your group, in your organization? And what is happening? What does that pressure do to you in life, in your house? What are the pressure that you're experiencing now? And how are you dealing with this pressure? Because this is uh what will be our topic for this afternoon. So we consider that there are two types of life pressure. Number one are the events that happen, and these are external that we cannot actually control. So you can maybe avoid them, but you cannot stop it to happen. They just happen, and you cannot have full control about it because these are events. They're supposed to be neutral. And why did I say that they're supposed to be neutral? Because number two type of life pressure is our expectations. So we want things to happen our way, and if it doesn't happen our way, there is pressure. So that is what we call internal, and this is what we can actually control. And if I interview people, they would say that it is the hardest, you know, to control that internal pressure. So how about you? How are you dealing with your internal pressure and your external pressure? So do you have a balance of your external and your internal pressure? How do you deal with your internal and external uh, pressure? So do you have any comment about this one? Then put it there in the chat box. I would always say that I would like to always talk to people about their ideas and whatever, because I know that I can contribute, and I know that I can learn from people. So yeah, share your thoughts in the comments down below. So hello to all the coaches there who are watching now, and to all those who are watching who are not actually saying anything. It's okay. Thank you for being here still. So yeah, thank you. And there, according to Ed Jacoby, pressure comes from within, and so must be mastered from within. So now we're looking at our internal pressure. Ed says that pressure comes from within, and so it must be mastered from within, not from outside. So what is he saying? So, what can you do when you are under pressure, actually? So, I have four here. I have four tips. Number one would be identify your triggers. Be mindful. Notice your life, notice yourself, notice the things that you do, notice your routine, notice your pressure points, notice what gives you pressure, notice your reaction to things. So, number one, 1A would be under identifying your triggers. What can you do? Number one, letter A, and identify the one-time event. The one-time event would be, for me personally, it can be different to a lot of people. So for me personally, one-time event is moving. That is one big pressure for me to move, because you know what, when you move from one house to another, you're going to, even when I was assigned in Mindanao, when I was jumping from one hotel to another. So I love hotels, but then you have to pack your things and go to another hotel, because from Davao I would go to Jensan, from Jensan I would go to Coronadal, and all those things that I do. So yeah, for me that is pressure. Those are one time event pressure. Moving, like when I moved from Mandaluyong to here, La Trinidad, because we're working from home. that is pressure because you know what? You have to consider a lot of things. You have to pack our things. I mean, my things are nananahimik. I mean, they're just resting there in Mandaluyong, and then I packed them all and I brought them here. So that for me is pressure. What are the other pressure? I don't know with you, but for me it's so. So for others, preparing for big events like big parties would be a pressure. Like you're going to cook you to cook for all these people. You're going to arrange everything for all these people. And because for me, I would actually ask for help because I'm not your best event organizer. So there, I can have ideas, but I'm not the best event organizer. So I'm just a part of the event. So there. How about you? Do you dread when there's a big party that's going to happen, that is going in your house, or that is going to be hosted by you? So those are one-time events. What are other one-time events? When someone from abroad comes home, your OFW kamag-anak relative comes home, you have to prepare. Those could be one-time event. I remember before, from when our supplier comes, we have to prepare for events. So that is another pressure for me. We have to prepare for events. Who are the clients that we are going to visit? That's a pressure for me. But I did not mean that it makes me unhappy, but that is a pressure because you have to you have to shrink your time and all that, so you have to do something, and that is one pressure. Next would be issues that come up regularly. For example, um, especially if you're all women in the house and you're using gas, LPG gas, so you know that you have to change that, right? So those are issues that comes up regularly. And um, if it's really difficult for you to bring that LPG gas to your house, like for me now, I'm living in the third floor, and if the men are not here, then it's a pressure for me. What else? When a plumbing is destroyed, in the house, those are things that could come up regularly. So yeah, there. What are those things? You have to identify that. So next would be day-to-day stresses. Good for me now because I am not working um, outside. I'm working from home, so I'm not into the stresses of daily commute. Because before, when I was in Metro Manila, those are the pressure that I would have to consider. Going to work, coming home, because you know how bad the traffic condition is in Metro Manila. And of course, you know that in the big cities in the Philippines, because I've been to, I believe I've been to all the cities um, of uh, of the Philippines, and yeah, that was my experience. All the cities, traffic is really bad. Maybe except for not so much in Jensen, but still there are a lot of tricycles. So there, still there's pressure when you commute. So there. What for you are the day-to-day stresses? So, for example, preparing meals. Um, yeah, are you the person assigned to prepare meals? And what I suggest, and actually when you want the stress management, it's in there. So introduction to stress management seminar, it will be there. You have, and I've seen this actually too from a YouTube channel of this woman, usually those living in the US. And what they do is to actually plan the meal for the whole week, and actually, they cook the meal on Sunday and then they freeze it. And then come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they have something to just reheat, so that not all the day, not all the time, they will cook. And that's actually my challenge now, that you have to cook every day of the every day. And I would before I would have a schedule like what we're going to eat today. And that is better. You have to schedule the things that you're going to eat every day of the week, so that you have lesser pressure in your life. So though, because those are the day-to-day stresses. So there. And yeah, you have to be mindful. Number one, again, on how you can deal with your pressure is Ayan, I'm back. I'm back. I hope you can hear me now. So it's, yeah, I was given a signal to go to continue. So there, I hope you can see my slide now and you can see me better. Our, like the weather is changing now. Dumidilim yung kalangitan. Ano bang tawag dyan sa clouds na yan? Cumulus cloud. So yeah, so malapit nang bumagsak yung ulan. And yeah, let's pray for my internet that it will hold and up to the end. Because yeah, this is just short. So again, so how to deal with your with life pressure? Um, Start with identifying your triggers. So ulitin ko lang to kasi baka hindi natin narinig. Be mindful of what you do in your life. So ulitin natin. First, you have to consider the one-time event na nagbibigay sa'yo ng pressure, ng stress. Next is issues that comes up regularly. Like my example would be the plumbings in your house could be destroyed, so things like that. And your day-to-day stresses like your traffic and your what what are we going to eat today, so things like that. What is our snack today? You have to consider that. And I know I have some friends who are really into that, like even my pinsan, I have the cousins who really write everything, like they are on the organization part of their brain is really active, that they want things to be organized and they do that. And yeah, I'm inviting you to tap into that, to lessen the pressure, to actually go back to equilibrium in your life, you know? So there is your number one. Number two would be you organize your time and make a schedule. As I was saying, I have here, this way is my calendar. I have there my whiteboard, and some sticky notes, post it in the walls as my reminder and my schedule. And also I have a bullet journal here. So there, be prepared of what's going to happen. So first, under organization of your time would be to identify the best time in your day where you can do things. As I was saying, first I learned that in the 5 a.m. club. As you know, the 5 a.m. club is you wake up at 5 a.m. and in that 60 minutes, in that 1 hour, you're going to pray, meditate, you're going to read, and you're going to exercise. Because that is the best time where you are not being disturbed. And a lot of people are sleeping. And if you want, you can wake up earlier at 4 a.m. And this one from finishing co-actively co-create a life coach certification by Master Coach A, she actually offered us a 21-day freedom challenge. And one of those things that I love there is your personal development time, or your PDT. When are you going to schedule your PDT? So yes, when is the best time? Like, when is the best time for you to cook? Is it Sunday? You cook for all the week? So those are things that you can consider, because it's going to be different from person to person, and it's your choice. And do what works for you. It actually is it's always my disclaimer, because we are not the same person. We are individuals and living our own life, and we do what's best for us. So yeah, there are a lot of things to consider, like your cognitive biases and everything, and things that you don't know. But yeah, that's the idea of that. Do what works for you. I'm not forcing you to do this. So these are just suggestions that you can see, that you can try. And you can work with a life coach to see which one of these can work for you. Next would be make a list. What am I going to do today? So I did not say that you have to make 10 lists. You can actually have your major tasks of the day, three, three things that you need to accomplish during the day. So yeah, because letter C would be set smaller achievable tasks. Because sometimes we over schedule. We write a lot of things in our board, in our schedule, and when we don't accomplish half of it, then we beat ourselves. We say it's pressure, but actually it's not achievable during that whole day. So you have to consider that. Next, letter D would be take reasonable breaks. And you know what? Under again the Freedom Challenge of Master Coach A 21 Day, Freedom Challenge of Master Coach A, there's rest. You have to rest. And related to that is the squeezing of the sponge. You have to, you have to dump things from your mind, from your desk, things that aren't helping you, things that are distraction. You have to declutter things in your life. So there, that's included. For you to take that reasonable break, you have to do that. So there. And E is ask for help. As I've told you, when I cannot actually organize a big event, so I would ask for help, especially in the part of cooking. So there. Pag hindi ako nakapag-cook, I will just order. So things like that. You have to ask for help. So don't get all the pressure. You have to add an area. So, para distributed yung pressure, you have to add an area. Aside from you, you have to call for help because a lot of people are willing to actually help. So there, and letter F would be vary your activities. So if you have been doing some things and it's not working and it's causing pressure in your life, do things differently. Try something. You want to achieve the same goal, but try a different way to do it. Try different route to actually reach your goal. So things like that. And this is your second, organize your time and make a schedule. So it's starting to rain now here in La Trinidad. How are you all in Laguna, in Tacloban, and in Metro Manila? Is it raining down there? So number three would be work on yourself. I love this. Like everything of this is really important, but I believe this is my highlight. So be personal. It's your personal between you and you. So how do you work on yourself? Look at the areas of your life where there is pressure, like your financial, if there's a pressure in your financial, what are the things that you can do to ease the pressure? Next would be personal growth. As if you believe that you're trying your best, but you know that you have to add skills, you have to add know-how in order for you to become a better human being. And that's one, to ease the pressure. Next would be relationship with your family, relationship with your boss, relationship with the people that you surround yourself with. So that could be also a cause of pressure. So how do you deal with that? How's your relationship? Next would be career and work. So yeah, how much are you spending at work? Especially for those who are working from home, how much are you setting time for your work, and how much time are you giving to your family and to yourself personally? Next would be environmental and ecology, and we would always hear this from us, from the coaching community, from our tribe, that ecology is important. So it's like you growing pechay in the desert. Of course, it will not grow. So you have to grow that pechay where it can grow. Like here, the condition or the weather here in La Trinidad, in Benguet, is good for your pechay to grow, for your wombok, for your Chinese cabbage to make kimchi to grow. So there. Those are the things that you need to consider. And next would be spiritual. So why did I put spiritual at the end? Because yes, you pray, but people would always tell you when you say that I have a lot of pressure in my life, they would tell you that you have to pray. You're not praying, but you know in yourself that you're praying. But the thing is, you have to also fix the other areas of your life, or you have to start fixing the other areas of your life before you come to your spiritual life. So there are the things that you can do. So the best project you'll ever work on is you. So I just love this sculpture. I just love this picture where this guy is sculpting himself. So that is what we're going to do in Number three, work on ourselves. So next, number four, and our last one would be accept the things you cannot change. So with this one, I remember that serenity prayer, and you can actually sing that. So there, to accept the things I cannot change. So umulan, like that. Now, I want to dry my clothes. I want to go outside, dry, but I cannot change the weather. So there, those are the things that I cannot change. So be wise, don't resist it, don't fight it, but accept it. So these things can be learned. Okay, so how do you do that? Letter A, focus on what you can do now. So yeah, this is a big thing. Focus on what you can do now, because sometimes we the reason why we allow pressure in ourselves, we add area for the force to actually go in, to come in, to be applied on, because we expand our thoughts to our future, to our past, and actually forget that we are what we can only control, what we can only work on now is now. So we have to focus on what we can do now. Okay, that's one. Next would be forgive yourself. Yes, I have said that it's a process. It can be learned. So sometimes, because sometimes we go into beating ourselves. When mistakes are done, we beat ourselves. But we have to consider that we are the person working for ourselves. So we are the first person who needs to forgive ourselves. So forgiveness of self is needed in this one. So this is a process. It's not overnight. It can be practiced, especially if you're one who is a perfectionist, and you would always beat yourself when things go wrong, and you would always look at yourself in the mirror and say, what did you do again? So if you're that one person, then I'm inviting you to actually allow yourself to fail and allow yourself to make mistakes and forgive yourself. So yesterday during our MBA, Coach Nord said, I forgive myself. I know I did not do that. I know I failed. I know I slumped, but I forgive myself. I'm moving forward. And that's beautiful. And the next would be find what you can learn. So this is really good because you can never, there is no evolution when we don't learn from our mistakes. So mistakes are done, things happen, we cannot go back to in the past. We can only accept what happened, we can only accept what is it now, what we have now, and then find the things that we can learn. So yeah, you can actually feel sad and all that, but don't dwell in it. Don't dwell on it. The faster you move out, the faster you accept the things that you cannot change, uh, the faster you equalize, the faster you ease the pressure in your life. So yeah, I hope you've learned something from these 4 tips on how you are going to deal with life pressure. So what are the things that are pressuring you, and which of these tips do you need to actually practice now in the next 7 days, in the next 30 days, in the next 90 days, so that it becomes a habit. Again, if you want to know more about habit building, of creating habits, the mechanics of creating habits, I've actually discussed that last week. So you have to search that on Live Coach Philippines Facebook page. There you are, and some inspiring quotes from people who have studied or who have surpassed life pressures. From this one, from its her purpose, you are built to handle the pressure that comes with your calling. Look at that. That's beautiful. I love that. I love the color as well. Next, pressure isn't supposed to break us. It's designed to make us. Look at that. So, okay. Pressure is accepted in my life. I just have to do some things to ease it. But pressure is okay. So, yeah. Next would be we have here some things to remember. Tomorrow is a new day. Okay. may pag-asa, there's future. Making mistakes is part of life. Saying no is okay. Not everyone has to like you. Beauty and strength comes from within. And if you accept this and if you believe all these things, then you'll have lesser pressure in your life. You'll have better way of easing your pressure in your life. You have the capacity to go back into equilibrium immediately. And the next and last is no pressure, no diamonds. So, wala pa ako nakikita malaking diamond. May nakita lang ako sa ring. Pero, you know all well that diamonds are pretty. Diamonds are expensive. Diamonds are valuable actually. And you know that diamonds are made from being under pressure for long, long years. From under, you know, the earth. They were made because of a lot of pressure for long, long years. So there, if you want to become a diamond, if you want to become valuable, then accept those pressures in your life and work on them. Work yourself, work yourself, become a better person to handle all those pressure in your life so that you become the valuable person that you want to be. And that is what God wants you to be because you are made for greatness. And I'm excited for you to actually deal with your pressures in life, to actually say, okay, pressure, come into my life, come home. And it's okay that you're here because I know how to deal with you. So I hope you have that mantra already. Okay, so um, that's it from me. I am inviting you to the 6-week journey to finding who you are and putting the puzzle pieces together. As I've said, if you are one person doing a lot of things in your life and it seems that nothing is working, nothing really is being made whole that you can actually hold on that, oh, I've got this success, especially in your adult life. Then come in, join me in this adventure to encountering yourself. Because in this adventure, you will be knowing what your strengths are. You will be nurturing your joyful zone so that you become a better person, so that you know what boundaries to set, so that you know how to better deal with the pressure in your life and everything in your life. So there, connect with me. There is my number, 0949-732-5568. I have it here as well. So there, message me at my Facebook account, Cherry Minas, Facebook page, Coach Chair, like my page because I have these kinds of contents. And also my Facebook group, I have, as I've said, a lot of contents in there. We can do more things there. We can collaborate. We can collaborate. I want to really collaborate. I'm excited to meet you. Join me inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe, our Facebook group, where we're going to do a lot of things in our life, as I've introduced in the first part of this talk. So there, let's have a conversation. Again, thank you so much for being with me this afternoon. So, yeah, on behalf of my tribe, thank you for joining me live today. And please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from. So, yeah, put it in there. If you have not put in there where you're coming from, put it in there. Okay, so that I know what your weather is now. So, as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Rizal for coaching for purposeful living at 4 p.m. I would also like to invite you to Master Coach Ace Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program. This is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes 21-day web-based learning, 3 days live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. The program package also comes with many other bonuses. Yes, I affirm that because yeah, we have received a lot of bonuses just being a graduate of CACC, or co-actively co-create a life coach certification program of Master Coach A. So connect now with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. Again, 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. Once again, this is Coach Cherry Minas from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Bye-bye.